Be me. Mum has been telling me for 2 days to clean my room. There's nothing on my floor except for like 4 water bottles and 2 empty yogurts. She's had enough. Comes up when Dad is in my room. Dad tells me to just clean my room. Pick everything up. Mum asks how fucking lazy I am. I say pretty damn lazy. My sister's recording this whole thing. Mum comes over when I'm holding an empty yogurt. Slaps me for being disrespectful. Some yogurt gets on my bedsheet. Mum says to clean it up. My dad jokingly says, "Are you sure that's yogurt?" My mum says, "He's got a sock under his bed for that," with a shitty fucking grin. Room goes silent. Mum tells me to throw a sock away. Sister's still recording. Still laughing uncontrollably out of sheer autism. Say, "I'll throw it away when they leave." Keep laughing. They leave. I don't throw sock away. Eventually use it to fap again later that night. I fucking hate my mum. Pick related. Only had one friend in my childhood. She was feminine. Fall in love with her. Friend-zoned. Stay friends, as she's all I've got. Both moved to a different uni after high school. 0 friends at uni. Try to stay in contact with her. Epic ignore. Go to visit her at her university as a surprise. See her kissing some alpha. Okay, .jpg. Talk to her next day. Was nice, still friend zone. Don't see her for years after that. Decide to do something with my life. Join the army. Got sent to fight somewhere in the east. Be there for a few years. Made one friend in the army. He got shot and died. Think about the girl I love every day. Write her letters. No response. Leave the army after returning home. Buy her own house. After a few years, the girl comes to my house. She's in deep shit and has nowhere else to go. Happiest moment of my life. Still can't bear only being friends with her. Tell girl I love her. Again. Everything went better than expected. Have sex with her. Next morning. She's not in the house anymore. I don't see her for a few years again. A few years later, I get a message from her. Go visit girl. She has a child. My child. Wants to go marry me. We get married. 1 year later, she dies. Single father. No chance of ever getting a woman again. My name is Forrest Gump.
Me. I have watched every regularly scheduled comment awards. Priest. Once again kinda weird but not a sin. Leave a funny comment for your chance to be featured. Make sure you're subscribed. See you tomorrow. If someone hits you with an O, you just say no W. I swear to fucking god, if you guys don't stop calling me elongated muskrat, I'm moving to Mars and you can deflect the asteroid by yourselves. Life's a walk in the park. What park's that then? Fucking Jurassic Park. Waits all week for the weekend. Does nothing. Has anyone else noticed that crabs are basically just frogs with body armor? Harvard University, nigga want a scholarship. It's March and like you know what, that's fucked up. Literally it was March this time last year too, and what's up with that? Like a year has passed since it was last March, what the fuck? 15 years ago the internet was an escape from the real world. Now the real world is an escape from the internet. Do not let the Lego step on legs. Memory foam mattresses are great at never forgetting when you wet the bed. This was on a bathroom stall. Can't stop laughing. Scotty, don't beam me up yet. I'm taking a shit. Lemon. Sour tasting egg laid by a citrus duck. 24 hours of nothing. Flag this for nudity so the YouTube staff will have to watch the full thing to see where the nudity is. Teacher, what's the square root of 4761? 7th grade niggas. What did you hate about Grand Theft Auto 5 campaign? Sometimes the protagonists spawn in the strip club and I'm not 18 yet. What did you love about Grand Theft Auto 5 campaign? The strip club. Sometimes I just open up the cabinet and let the Tupperware hit me in the face on purpose. I bet I'm secretly really talented at brain surgery or something and I'll never know because who on earth is going to let me do that? Who would win? The perfect limb, the peak of evolution, a flat boy on a table. Time to go harder seriously, when you're full on chips and salsa and your food arrives. Breaks my heart that pirates spend their whole lives following a map when the real treasure is the friendships they build along the way. Eating a Doritos tutorial gone wrong. You a cop, undercover cop, no, so you wouldn't mind if I threw these donuts away. Cop sweats profusely. When you kill a hangover by getting wasted again, you know I'm something of a scientist myself. Anonymous sources say that Russia is funding the Russian army. I respect snowplows because their whole job is to take a giant mess and push it to the side for someone else to deal with later. When you win the race but the kid behind you says first is the worst. Missouri man breaks into multiple women's homes to tell them he respects them in celebration of International Women's Day. Got a homeless guy at a hotel last night and just had the police come to my flat because he robbed the TV from the room and now I've gotta pay for it. If a human wore pants, would they wear them like this or like this? I hate the friend zone. You make a girl chocolate milk and she won't have sex with you. Unbelievable. What's the point? When you're adopted by a lesbian couple and someone says your mom gay. Work until your savings is bigger than your checking. Okay, bet. Checking 1 cent. Savings 85 cents. Total 86 cents. My phone on 9% and no charger lol SMFH. She tweeted this to throw her nigger off when she turned her phone off to cheat SMFH. Mindfuck of the day. The alphabet has been saying hi to you all these years, and I bet you didn't even say it back once, you piece of shit. Why did you have to draw in the O and P to distract everyone from the W? Can't believe they made this game for kids. There's literally a male stripper pole dancing at the end of every round. SMH. When you send a meme and they send one back. Hey, wanna make babies? When you go to bed needing to take a shit but you don't need to when you wake up. Unsolved mysteries. Oil spills. Fish niggas. When you buy Trump the rat of the deal and look down at the cover. Forensic Files narrator, and he left his fingerprints on the doorknob. Me eating my 5th mozzarella stick. You absolute fucking idiot. I'll go out for one drink, that's it. 15 drinks later. Nightclub shut down after woman rides horse onto dance floor. Homo sapiens. No homo sapiens. So in the middle of a civil war someone was like, you know what this country needs? A delicious steak sauce. What is your idea of the perfect date? Day, month, year? Other formats can be confusing really. Some of you youths are gonna be real disappointed when you discover that turning 30 just means you still have all the same weird interests but can't turn your head all the way to the left anymore. Why was there always one kid in middle school who had a shirt that said pain is just weakness leaving the body? LMAO, chill out man, we are in 7th grade. What the fuck is going on? Shh, they're sleeping. Changing the date on your paper to a few days earlier so the teacher doesn't see that you did it last minute. Next time on Porn Stars. 6 gallons of motherfucking ranch dressing. Me. I was at Walmart today and ran into this lady crying because she lost her tax return money and couldn't get groceries or diapers. I felt so bad, so I gave her $200 because I had just found $4,000 in the parking lot. I created a warp template that allows you to easily add anything to this billboard. Link and tutorial in comments. I've seen this raw strength only once before. Lay's just keeps on finding new ways to sell us air. It's so sad how today's generation of kids don't even go outside anymore because they're addicted to smartphones. What happened to the days when kids actually left the house to gather wild plants or do agonizing manual labor in textile mills until they died of scarlet fever at age 12? Quizlet. Oh my fucking god, my dad just found out that anime means any Japanese animated show. He thought all these years, all these episodes I was watching a single show called anime. Hey babe, can we just have a relaxing night in tonight? I would do anything for love. Can you not spend the whole time looking at memes though? But I won't do that. Where does it hurt? Headache? Stomachache? I've seen that meme before. Cum is stored in the bladder. Black science man. If weed is so good, why isn't there a weed too? All of February memes in one picture. Imagine if they had parent-teacher conferences at college. Mom, how's my son doing? Professor, I have never seen this man in my life. Spell I cup, I see you pee, who you see me pee, 3rd grade niggas. I will update now, you can't change my mind. 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, office jobs change you. Never been a coffee drinker, but now I drink coffee every day. Need my bed by 9 PM and frequently engage in weather chat. Changing my name to Brenda effective immediately. Oh no, he said the word. Now he must be banished to the vegetal. Me during fleeting moments of clarity. Damn bitch, I live like this. My sister took a Polaroid of the dog in the snow, but he blends in too well and when the fish start to look a little too comfortable in their tank. I bet he's thinking about other girls. Then, if they use the DNA of Mew to create Mewtwo, then why is Mewtwo in the Pokédex before Mew? Me, I hate drama. Also me when there's drama and someone asks me what happened. I don't think there is anything sexy about minions. Me. Why is my Xenix speaking Spanish? Oh my god, the jet ski wasn't the only thing I rode that day. Did you forget your mother is on Instagram? I also rode the waves. When my co-worker and I are having a conversation and a customer interrupts us. Girls that show interest in me. Girls that have already turned me down are taken and out of my league. I'm so ready for this test, date, me. 8 PM. I'm only having one drink. 8:20 PM. Me when Viva la Vida comes on in the car. Hey bro, can you 3D print me some silence? Charging my Tesla. Who are these nerds texting LMAO? Your girl. My homie. Bro, the worst thing she can say is no. Her actual response, boy get your goofy ugly ass out my face. When you ask her for pussy pics and she sends back your profile picture. Man gets sticked down by the US justice system. When your mum calls your name for hours but you don't answer cause you're playing an online game and she then decides to join via multiplayer. Did you know if your hand is bigger than your face you're stupid? Puts their hand up to their face and gets hit. 3rd grade niggas. You wanna date me? Well get it loaded. Apartment hunting in 2018. Oh wow, Windows. I don't think I could afford this place. I steal your girl. I get her in my bedroom. She gives me anal. When you were about to give your mom an attitude but then you remember you have unapproved plans. Why does Sinai's mare look like prison Mike at our turkey trot? Let me know. Russia hacking the US presidential election circa 2016 colorized. Like this image to instantly express your appreciation for the quality of this post through the medium of the internet. When someone asks why you keeping posting your Fortnite wins on Snapchat, girls only want boyfriends who have great skills. How could niggas respond to girls who won't let them smash? If I can't drill ya, I'll waste ya. Mario went from I'll bring your daughter home by 9 to your daughter calls me daddy now. When your black friend calls you my nigga for the first time. I'm off to bed, I've got reading to do. How to live with a huge kids. Teachers when they see a kid being bullied. Teachers when they see someone chewing a gum. Teachers when they see a Wikipedia reference. Name a better fucking dad, I'll wait. Why does this remind me of DJ Khaled and Assad? You got something on your shirt. Looks better. Finger slides up my shirt and flicks my nose. If you were ruler of the world, what would be the first thing you would do? I would make it illegal to wear matching socks. Establish communism. A woman on the train kept staring at me, and after about 25 minutes she was like, "I'm sorry but you look like my high school boyfriend who passed away," and without missing a beat I was like, "Amanda," and she was like, "My name's Rachel." But imagine if I guessed her name right. FBI fanfiction. FBI man. Whoa there buddy. Glam. I thought this was Kris Jenner. My aunt made this into a baby shower game, oh my god. Labor or porn? Stop it, am I 7? The pony was shook. Guy, I bought you camouflage. Girl, why? Guy, cause I don't want to fucking see you anymore. If you're having a bad day, please remember that a man from Canada known as Michelangelo uses a GPS tracker of his bike rides to draw pictures. Why do you have bread in your pocket? No personal questions please. Baba, what do you want? Me, you ever slice a ham? Baba, say no more. I fart and you notice. He who smelt it dealt it. Say the rhyme, do the crime. When you wipe your ass after a shit and the tissue is clean, you know I'm something of a scientist myself. It's disgusting that the Republicans are allowing these disgusting and brutal weapons in our school. This assault weapon can fire 200 rounds a second. Little Caesars, Little Caesars. He doesn't protect. He doesn't attack. He doesn't give a fuck. When you forget to pack a lunch but a co-worker offers to help you out, well, I've got something you can have for lunch. If you want it, no lunch, no problem. My dad fronted Vietnam in 1971. Didn't know this photo existed until I came across it randomly on the internet. He cried when he saw it. Hope this is the right place to post it. Hello again Subway, I have a question about sandwiches today. Sure. Why did my parents divorce when I was younger? That really screwed me up internally in ways I don't understand yet. Okay, well that has nothing to do with sandwiches. Yesterday versus today. You turned into a tree. Your dad lesbian. Your mom gay. Ejaculate and leave. Bust a nut and outie. Shoot the jizz and off you whiz. Important. Do you call this a cart or a wagon? What country ass nigga calling this a wagon? Dad, why is my sister's name Rose? Because your mother loves roses. Thanks dad, no problem my homies. Me realizing I'm always going to be the difficult one in the relationship. OMG, my 17-year-old cousin has a bunch of his friends over right now and I could hear them listening to Fergalicious and singing, so I banged on the wall and shouted, "I can hear you guys." And then one of them goes, "Shit, why didn't you say she was home?" And then another one was like, "No, it's a part of our video game." And then another one shouts, "Dude, why the fuck would Fergalicious be in a video game?" I'm crying. Either everything is art or nothing is. This is art. This is also art. And this is especially art. When your team rushes for kills instead of playing the objective. Not dead, just sleeping good. Me explaining my friend that I slept for 16 hours. Rick and Morty, The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, Johnny Test. Your mom gay, your dad lesbian, your granny tranny. I don't feel like a real adult, I just feel like Tommy and Chucky in that one Rugrats episode where they imagine being grown-ups. They have adult bodies and are wearing suits, but they still have their baby heads and they're trying to drive and go to work and stuff, but they don't understand what's happening. Currently in the weirdest wrong number conversation ever. Just want to say sorry Ben, sounds like it's going to be an awkward wedding. Hey Ben, it's Courtney. I know we haven't talked in months since you found out about me doing your dad. I'm sorry you had to find out about us. I just wanted to tell you that your dad asked me to marry him tonight and I said yes. I hope you're okay with me being your stepmom. I know we dated and all, but I love your dad. XOXO new stepmama. Hey Courtney, congrats, but I'm not Ben. Ben, stop, don't lie to me or you're grounded. I took your number off your dad's phone. LOL, you sound like a very stern stepmom, but sorry, not Ben. Ben, stop now. Courtney, you stop, LOL. When the Play-Doh commercials told you not to eat the Play-Doh, I don't want to survive, I want to live. Friends, what kind of music do you listen to? Me. Cal says croissant for 10 minutes. Cold leftover cheeseburger. Me. Oh, so I guess now I have to spread my legs. Why don't you have a vase? This app can teach you a language in just 15 hours. What the fuck is this? I'm so fucking scared. 15 hours remain. When you're in public and your fart turns into a squirt of diarrhea. How to get laid. Step 1. Become an egg. Breaking news. Exclusive look inside Zimbabwe Special Forces. In other news, one-armed man named Jeff applauds kindness of strangers. Wiping with one-ply paper. Wiping with a sock. Wiping with Q-tips. So a girl found my phone in the restroom and my boyfriend is mentally challenged. Hey, I don't know you, but I found your girlfriend's phone in the restroom. If you see her, please let her know I'm turning it into their office so she can pick it up. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I will. Baby, your phone is in their office right now. Wait. The stethoscope isn't even in his ears. How is there snow on Mount Everest if clouds are below it? Illuminati. What makes this thing work? US government. Minecraft YouTubers. Smart nigger. Flips the test over a minute into the test. 3rd grade niggers. When you get pulled by the cops but nuggets life. Hashtag fuck that police. Instead of pulling over, pulled into McDonald's drive-thru and began ordering. When your friend at Christian camp tells you he's had sinful feelings for you, I hope they serve Go-Gurt in hell. Spotted in a toy store in Austin, Texas. We honestly don't really know what these are. They make a funny noise and are good for killing 5 minutes, but other than that we're at a loss. We didn't even order them. We receive a package of them every other month with no return address. We contacted the postal service and they have no record of these packages even being shipped. Please buy them. We want them gone. We don't know what's going on. We have thousands of them. Help. When you realize you won't be needing these Sears catalogs anymore cause your wife Nancy learned how to crochet. Girl. Don't body shame people, that's so 80s. Guy under 6 feet tall says hi. LMAO fucking small boys. When you're watching Pornhub.com and the camera zooms in on the dude's taint. Guys wearing this hat have a 125% chance of referring to movies as films. When you put way too much hot sauce on your burrito. Heavy breathing. When you're upstairs and your mom says dinner's ready. Standing next to your hot friend like. When you say something funny but nobody hears you, then somebody repeats it and everyone laughs. It's blunt. Bruh, how did the niggas who made the first clock know what time it was? Toronto niggas when they trip and accidentally knock over their Drake shrine. You know when you're looking at someone then they see you looking at them so you look away. Kanye, don't look away. And this is how unicorns are made. When I say link up soon. When you smoke kale with CBD oil before your job. When I leave work I'm gonna hit the gym, fold the laundry, get some cleaning done and cook food. Me for 4 hours after getting home. 2011. Clever thought out meme. 2017. Why the fuck my PP hard? The evolution of SpongeBob memes on Twitter from 2015 to 2018. My hand, my meat, me, my meat again. Bartender, you can have as many free shots as you can fit on your forehead, me. If you have a parrot and you don't teach it to say help, they've turned me into a parrot, you're wasting everyone's time. Well, don't just stand there, Karen, fucking do something. When your friend is driving and they start texting. Sometimes adults need gold stars too. You only cried like once today. That's fab. Look at you eating food. You got outside today, that's so awesome. You put on pants, yeah you. When you gotta present a half-assed project to the class. When your friends are trying to force you to have fun but you're just not feeling it. Oh, an artist. Wow. I wonder what he's drawing. Is he drawing me? When you're in a required course and professor asks everyone why they take the class, because you told me to. New research suggests the ideal nap length is forever. The real world is awful. Best to just sleep through it. Morgan Freeman, age 8. Get my seat again and I'll tell TSA I smell drugs in your carry-on. Danny DeVito always looks like he just seen someone's fajitas come out and is just as excited as the person about to eat. When you rap the whole verse correctly. You can't do it all in one trip, me. In middle school this was a cryptocurrency. When you're trying to explain the intricacies and complexities of Playboy Carti's music to a Russ fan. Dad, why are your eyes so red? Son, I smoked weed. Dad, tell the truth. Crying again from being a ginger bitch.
iPhone X.
Too much cloud. 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 Too much.
I'll be the first to admit, not every prediction I make ends up being correct. And maybe not every theory is your favorite. Or maybe you're just sick of my puns and non-stop meme references. Well, today, I'm gonna do something about it. I want you to think of everything I've ever done that you didn't like. Bad Star Wars prediction, a groan-worthy dad joke, whatever comes to mind. Now focus on it. Got it? Great. Now if you'll just do me a favor and look right here. Internet, welcome to Film Theory, protecting the world from the scum of poorly cited research. So after suffering my way through Bright on Netflix, widely hailed to be the worst movie of 2017, which it's not by a long shot, but it did provide me some great out-of-context lines, such as...
Fairy lives don't matter today.
And...
You know what they say, once with the Dark Lord, always with the Dark Lord.
I decided to take a trip down memory lane to revisit Will Smith's, well, maybe not his better early movies, but I at least liked them a lot when I was growing up. And first up on the nostalgia trip was Men in Black, back from the time when Will Smith couldn't decide if he was an actor or a rapper. Sometimes he was both.
Brushing off pretenders in the West, don't mess with us, 'cause we in the Wild Wild West.
If you call Wild Wild West rapping or acting.
That's what I do.
Anyway, Men in Black gave us the Neuralyzer, a device that, with one flash, makes you forget practically anything, except the fact that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. That one is locked in there. I'll let Tommy Lee Jones explain how the Neuralyzer works.
This is called a Neuralyzer. This red eye here will isolate the electronic impulses in your brains, more specifically the ones for memory.
Everyone looking at the light gets zapped, their memories of what they've just seen get erased, and the agent replaces it with a different memory with a lot fewer aliens. Cool, so it's a sci-fi gadget, big whoop, right? Well, we've learned a lot about memory since this movie first came out 20 years ago, and I'm telling you right now, the Neuralyzer has gone from a creation of science fiction to something we could totally make today. You ever had deja vu? How do you know the real Men in Black haven't already neuralized you and the deja vu is just you experiencing something that was wiped from your memory the first time? Whoa. Long story short, in order to make a Neuralyzer, we need to establish 3 things. 1, that memories can be erased. 2, that false memories can be forced into people's heads. And 3, that it can all be done with a flash of light. So get ready, because here comes the Mad Pat. It won't let you remember your childhood the same way ever again. See, I can't rap either, Will Smith. You're in good company.
Sorry.
Point number 1, can memories be erased? I mean, we've all heard stories of being unable to form any new memories to determine who killed your wife, so you tattoo clues on yourself instead of writing them down on paper like a normal person. But is it plausible that we could wipe out specific memories of things that we had just seen? Turns out the answer is a solid yes. And it comes from a place you might be surprised to hear on a channel that prides itself on science. I'm talking about hypnosis, but not the kind with some spinning spiral thing that makes you think you're a chicken or makes you want to subscribe to the Film Theorist channel, subscribe to the Film Theorist channel, subscribe to the Film Theorist channel. I'm talking about hypnotic induction, which is a real therapeutic technique to get patients into a deep state of relaxation, which increases theta waves in their brain. You know how you get all your great ideas in the shower? Well, it's because relaxing in a shower results in a high concentration of theta waves, which makes connecting otherwise disparate ideas in your brain a whole lot easier. This also applies to memory, but theta waves can also be used against you, and hypnosis here is the key, blocking memories that you'd otherwise be able to recall. For instance, and this is nuts, last year Samsung released an online hypnotherapy tool called Unspoil Me that walks you through a self-hypnosis session that's supposed to help you forget movies and TV shows so you can watch them again as if you're watching them for the first time. Full disclosure, I had Chris from our team do it, and yeah, he still remembers the red wedding, but he's recently been overcome with this strange urge to buy a phone that spontaneously combusts. No, but all jokes aside, after going through this treatment, he could no longer remember how the series ended, whether he had even seen the series end in the first place, even the main character's name. And for as ridiculous as that might seem, the science behind it is actually 100% solid. In 2007, scientists published a study in which they showed participants a movie, then hypnotized them to try and make them forget it. When they tested the group that had been hypnotized, the subjects couldn't recall details of the movie that they had just watched. Maybe they should have just had hypnotists outside of the Emoji Movie. That's 90 minutes of my life I'd like to forget. Anyway, the people who had been hypnotized couldn't remember where they had watched the movie and other details surrounding the experiment, but they actually couldn't remember what happened in the movie itself. And it's not like they were just forgetful either. They actually demonstrated different kinds of brain activity from a control group that wasn't hypnotized. This kind of isolating amnesia is exactly what we see demonstrated in Men in Black. When normal people come into contact with aliens, the Men in Black don't just wipe the person's memory completely, instead they isolate one element of the memory, just like the film study did, and they replace that memory with something else. Which of course brings us to our second question, can you really implant false memories into someone's brain? And yet again, the answer is yes. It's actually a lot easier than you might think. A Canadian psychologist named Julia Shaws demonstrated that when people are asked about their involvement in events that never occurred, their memories will actually start to form versions of that fictional scenario, and the people will eventually believe that it happened. Here's Dr. Shaw telling one of her subjects about a completely fictitious event.
So the other event which your parents reported happening was when you were 14 years old, you initiated a physical fight and expelled your parents.
The girl responds pretty much exactly as you would expect from someone who had just had a story made up about him.
Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Man, I gotta say, Canadians are so polite, even when they're calling people liars. Anyway, fast forward just a few minutes in this interview, and all of a sudden, the same woman suddenly has memories of the event.
The cops showed up, and we were kind of having maybe a verbal kind of fight, and then it kind of got to a push. And then at that point, there's kind of cops coming.
All the psychologist had to do was provide a framework for the event, get the subjects to try and remember, and suddenly their brains fill in what's missing from the memories, which is, of course, everything. The memories weren't there to begin with. Some of it is also situational here. The subjects are likely influenced by a desire to comply with an authority figure asking them questions. But that's exactly what would be happening if you met the Men in Black in real life. Now, of course, I can see your counter-argument here. Sure, these false memories might be implanted, but it's not like they're gonna stay in anyone's memory or be trusted for any length of time. And yeah, that would totally make a lot of sense if it had any bearing on facts. False memories run rampant, even in situations where our memories matter the most, like, say, when you're testifying at a murder trial. You ever heard of someone wrongly convicted of a crime being exonerated by DNA evidence? Well, statistically, that person was probably convicted in the first place because of a false memory. According to the American Bar Association, an astounding 3/4 of the cases overturned by DNA evidence relied on eyewitness testimony for the wrongful conviction. Oh yeah, that's totally the guy I saw killer. Well, DNA evidence proves he was in Hawaii. Sorry you missed out on years of your life, buddy. Now imagine for a moment that you've just come to the realization that aliens not only exist, but walk among us on Earth, because you saw something absolutely bananas go down, and then some very calm, in-charge looking person in a great suit shows up and flashes something in your face and tell you that you didn't see what you really thought you saw. Even if the Neuralyzer was just a flash of a Polaroid camera, you're pretty likely to walk away believing what they just told you. Alright, Matt Pat, cut the BS. You're probably saying right now, enraged by my suggestion that your memory is about as reliable as a cable company showing up on time. These examples you're giving me are from carefully controlled experiments that took place over long periods of time. Sure, you might be able to force people to forget things or remember things that never happened, but you can't do it instantaneously with a flash of light.
Are you sure about that?
Because scientists have already done it. Oh yeah, loyal theorists, the future is here. And to quote Mr. Meeseeks, it's getting weird. Optogenetics is a new branch of neuroscience that enables researchers to control individual neurons through electronic impulses directly into people's brains. It's pretty complicated, as one might expect electronic mind control would be, but here's the gist of it. Scientists can modify the genomes of mice to be particularly sensitive to certain kinds of light, and they can also map the areas of the brain that are stimulated when the mice is experiencing something that would form a good memory, like when it's eating food or when it's in its home. In this clip right here, a mouse is put into a bright box with no hiding place, and it responds with a fear response. It's cowering in the corner. It's scared of this new environment, right? But once they flash the light into the mouse's brain, they basically turned on a switch that activates the good memory, and suddenly the mouse starts moving around the box like it's home. Turn the light off again, and the mouse stops immediately, dead in its tracks. Turn it back on, and it's grooming itself like it's back home. Turn it off again, and well, you get the idea. Now, granted, mouse brains aren't human brains, but as we explored with Dan Harmon in the Pickle Rick episode, they're structured similarly enough that in a few years, this could easily get transferred into the human brain. It also proves Kay's assertion at the beginning of Men in Black that the light from the Neuralyzer is enough to interrupt signals in the brain. And this kind of on-off switch effect for memories actually coincides with what we see in later movies in this series. In Men in Black 2, we find out that memories that have been neuralized can be brought back. So it's not so much that they're getting deleted as they are getting switched off. So it would make sense that the Men in Black have developed a kind of optogenetic technology that can activate certain parts of the brain and shut off others instantly with a single remote flash of light. So there you have it. The Neuralyzer is physically possible. But in order for it to be practical with near-future technology, it would mean that every single human being would have to be genetically engineered to be sensitive to certain kinds of light, and then also have transponders implanted into their brains to receive the signals that were sent from the Neuralyzers. But in the Men in Black universe, that's definitely what's happened. The entirety of New York City is neuralized by the Statue of Liberty's torch at the end of Men in Black 2. So we know both that everyone is susceptible to this technology, and that the Men in Black have engineered the world to keep their secrets under wraps. With all the alien technology they have access to, it doesn't seem like too big of a stretch to say that they're putting chips in all of our heads, and as long as they keep neuralizing us along the way, we won't know the difference. In fact, who's to say that we don't have chips in our brains right now, and that we've all forgotten the memory because we've already been neuralized? But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.
Okay, so over the years, we've had some pretty bad ads on YouTube. First of all, we had Maxime English. That was a beautiful song that someone decided to pay to put in front of over 10 million people. Now, this is real music. None of that Little Pump or 69 bullshit. This man is a modern-day Mozart. And then we had Crone Clan come along with their 144p Tomahawk montage that got tens of millions of views. And then most recently, we had that video of the eggs and babies dancing around with some kids' song in the background. Johnny, Johnny. I'm still really not sure what was going on here. But the newest ad to be played across YouTube comes from a channel called Comedian FK and is called FK Comedy Episode 2 Hungry Children Emanuela Comedy 2018, Mark Angel 2018, Latest Comedy 2018. What a title. Okay, so this video has been appearing as an ad for a lot of people, as you can probably tell by the view count, and all of them views have come through in like the last 3 days or so. And considering the budget of the videos they put out, I don't know how they managed to fund tens of millions of ads. Like, is the Nigerian government just funding this or something? But anyway, you're all probably dying to watch this video, as am I. So let's get into FK Comedy Episode 2, Hungry Children, Emanuela Comedy 2018, Mark Angel 2018, Latest Comedy 2018. Okay, that's the most terrifying laugh I've ever heard. Like, that's not a comedy laugh. That's a I want to slit your throat in your sleep laugh. Like, nobody laughs like that when they're just having a giggle. That is a blood-curdling laugh if I've ever heard one.
Good afternoon, sir.
What? Does he, like, hate these kids or something? Just look at that scowl. He didn't even say good afternoon back. Not very polite, if you ask me.
Sir, please, we are hungry. I don't have money. But...
Why is there a baby laughing now? Like, I get it. They asked for money. He said he had no money. And then he's got money dangling out his pocket. But why that sound effect? You could have just done the classic Instagram comedian fun sound effect. And even that would have been better.
But...
See, that actually fits it really well. I reckon comedian FK should just employ me right now.
Shut up, my friend. Okay.
Shut up, my friend. Like, I love how he calls them his friends. Like, as he's telling him to shut up. Also, he doesn't even say shut up. It's shut up. Like, we're only one video in so far, and I'm already fully in love with this channel.
Yay!
Okay, nobody has ever walked around with money just dangling out their pocket. Like, you're either asking to be robbed or asking it to fall out. Surely nobody actually does that. Also, what's with this music? It's heartbreaking. I'm getting a little bit emotional here. And then after that, they go to grab the money and just burst into dance for some reason.
Mama. Baba.
What is even going on? This is just hurting my head. Like, if they're going to burst into dance, then fair enough. But why can't they just have it as, like, one take instead of, like, rewinding and fast-forwarding all the time? Like, what is going on? I'm lost.
Hey, wait.
It keeps going. What is going on? There's no need for it. Like, this is going to give me an aneurysm in a minute. But anyway, after that, the bloke comes back to the kids and he's like, oh, I lost some money. And they're like, oh, go to the police station. And then it just ends like this. Like, did he just collapse and die due to the lack of money? But anyway, they got another video that has 8 million views, but I can't even really talk about it because I was just so confused by it. Like, I wasn't too sure what was going on most of the time. But they've got some other smaller, interesting videos, like this one called Hot Sex Doll. Oh, okay, flying start. But basically the video is about some guy that's like looking up half a mannequin's skirt, and then I'm guessing tries to bash one out over it. So you think we are ready to give you the bad video, right? Shame on you. Oh yeah, I wanted the bad video more than anything. Really wanted to see some bloke shag half a mannequin. Okay, now I haven't watched all of this channel's videos, although that's probably what I'm going to do right after I finish this video. But I have watched a few in preparation, and this one has to be one of my favourites. FK Comedy Episode 14, USA versus Nigeria.
In USA? Yes, in United States of America.
Now they're small, aren't they? Like, couldn't they have just made them a little bit bigger? Like, they're on a green screen. It's not hard. Like, they take up about a 50th of the screen. I love the PNG of a bike that just stays in the same place, even though the camera's switched. Also, why choose a bike? Bikes aren't exactly the most, like, American item you could have put there. I'm pretty sure there are bikes worldwide. Why not just put, like, a McDonald's there or something? Look at how a bit loud that. Why did they make the helicopters that loud? Like, according to this video, all America really is push bikes and helicopters. That's all that happens in America. Right, but anyway, guys, that is the end of today's video, and I hope you did enjoy. Now, I have to say this before the video ends. I really do respect what these guys are doing on their channel. Like, I don't know how they managed to get tens of millions of ads, but from their videos, it looks like they don't really have a lot, and they're doing the best with what they have. And